Well, before we end it, let's quickly go over UFC 258 last night because that was
259.
258 or no 259. Yeah, it was. My computer's pulled up on the wrong one. My bad. UFC 259 on paper was a stacked card. Did you think it was as good as?
No, I don't think it
Neither.
lived up to the hype.
A lot of those fights were pretty one-sided.
The best fight, I think, ended prematurely with the disqualification.
Did you think that was the best fight? I thought it was funny in Sterling's post-game interview or post-fight interview where he said, man, it was one of the best bantamweight fights of all time. And I was thinking, was it? Because you were getting beat pretty bad.
It was 2-1. The fourth was going to Jan.
I don't know.
But it was Sterling was he was
doing good, but I never felt like Yan wasn't in control in that fight at any point. I felt like the fight was going how Yan wanted, and Sterling was having parts because that's just how he was being played.
It's a shame it ended like that. I thought it was a good fight.
Do you think Sterling dove?
No.
I think he dove.
No, that was a vicious.
It was vicious, and it was illegal, and it looked horrible. But his reaction and the way he flopped in his interview seemed awfully acty to me.
And you take a knee dead on in the temple.
It looked bad.
You weren't standing up.
To it looked pretty fake, though. His like I've seen a lot of players get knocked out. Seemed like some forced eye rolls to me. But that's just me. I don't know.
Should you be able to win the championship off of DQ?
But Joe Rogan doesn't think so. It's tough because technically you get disqualified. I don't feel like he's a champion because again, I thought he was getting beat pretty thoroughly. Honestly,
they got to run it back.
They definitely got to fight again.
And Aljo will adjust.
Yeah,
but Jan's tough. He stays. He waits. He weathered the storm, and then he started controlling the fight.
Yeah, I think the only time Sterling looked good was that's how Jan was playing the fight. I felt like he was in control the whole time.
Yeah.
He was just waiting. The first fight, Santos versus Rajcik, blowout. Yeah. Islam, blowout.
That was a good fight. It was one-sided, but it was a good fight.
He's too good to be fighting these scrubs. He needs to be fighting top 5 people.
No, he hadn't fought in a long time.
He hasn't, but he's good. Every time he's too good.
I enjoyed the fight. I want to see him fight somebody top 5, top 7.
Top 5. He's too good. He's really good. But that fight was blowout. The next one was the disqualified Nunes blowout. Lasted 20 seconds.
Man, you could see Megan's face.
I know. Her eyes. That first hit, she was like, oh, shit.
She realized she was in deep trouble.
I was laughing, too, because the whole build-up to that fight, they're just I mean, I know they have to make it interesting. It's their job to make you excited. Like Megan Anderson, she's big, she's strong. She says no one's ever felt my punch. Amanda Nunes never felt anyone to punch. You know how I have many people fight Amanda Nunes, and I hear that almost every interview. Amanda Nunes have never felt anyone that punches like me. I've heard at least 4 of her opponents say that. I don't think they have any idea what they're getting into.
No.
She's on a different level.
Yeah, she's in a league of her own.
That first hit, Anderson, her eyes went wide, and she just looked like...
She wanted out of there.
What do I do now? Her legs went flailing around like a giraffe.
She wanted out of there. She was done.
Amanda Nunes didn't even have to break a sweat.
Nunes gave her mercy by
Can anyone fight her? Can Shevchenko? That sounds like the fight they want to make.
Shevchenko can compete with her.
I mean, in her...
That's it.
She's kind of the Amanda Nunes of her division. There's no one that can fight her.
Well, they fought twice, and they were both competitive fights.
And I think that's the only person right now. There's no one else in the division that could give her anything. I mean, it's not even a little bit close.
Well, supposedly Juliana Pena is gonna fight Nunes next, maybe with a quick turnaround.
Quick fight.
Nunes, yeah, she's already in shape. Just quick turn, make some quick money.
Yeah,
it'll be over.
And the main event, Yan versus Israel. I thought Israel would win. I don't know what you thought.
I thought it was a toss up. I think if I had to pick before the fight, I would have picked Israel, but I'm not surprised at all. The scoring was surprising to me.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was 3 rounds to 2 by Jan, but
Yeah, a little lopsided. Um, I mean, that kind of it really puts into perspective how much size really matters.
yeah.
I know Izzy was spitting before the fight, skill and speed. He couldn't do anything. When Jan laid on him, couldn't move.
Well, Jan, the size played a huge factor. Jan could eat
Mhm.
the punches and the kicks from Israel better.
Not only that, I mean, he was buying a lot of Izzy's feints, but I felt like he was so big that even when he bought the feints, there's no opening that opened up. I
Yeah.
think that caused a lot of problems. Izzy was looking for an opening that never came. And normally when he would punch guys and, stun them, it would open up something. It just never opened up. Like he was feigning, dancing, throwing jabs, kicks. He just never fell out of his stance. Nothing ever opened up for Izzy. And
He could
then
get there.
he got laid on.
Yeah. I mean, he couldn't get up. There's too much weight.
Not at all.
And he just. That's good.
Underwhelming overall, I think.
We'll see what's next. Well, the next pay-per-view card is Ngannou and Miocic.
Mhm.
That's a good card too.
That's a good one.
We don't have to wait as long, 3 weeks.
O'Malley, I haven't seen him fight in a little while.
O'Malley,
Tyrone Woodley.
Volkanovski, Ortega.
Mhm.
Good card.
Not a bad card.